Alright, welcome everybody back to Dad's Coffee Break. My name is James, and today I am taking a break with something new. I am playing Per Aspera, or Per Aspera. It is a Mars colonization game, so it's similar to a city builder, but it's narrative driven. You play the role as an artificial intelligence that is tasked with terraforming Mars. And so you're building up infrastructure all across the planet while moving through the story and interacting with humans along the way. So there's a lot of different elements to it. There's also, I think, um, not a military, but definitely a defense aspect to the game where you need to defend yourself against an unknown threat. And yeah, I've been looking forward to playing it for quite some time. It just came out today, so I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I wanted to do it as a Let's Play here on the channel. So I'm going to be starting a new game. This is something completely new for me, so never played it before. So we might not be the best right off the bat, but you know what? I'm excited to check it out. So let's go ahead, let's start a new campaign. Once upon a time on Mars. In the story mode, you will play a role of advanced AI, Prime Directive, terraforming Mars. Isn't just about being smart, it's also about form bond with and how you make decisions. Follow your own path and discover what awaits you at the end of this thrilling story. Ah, and when you're done, please be a good player and don't spoil the endings. Well, we'll do our best, but can't say no spoilers because you're going to be watching me play the game. And we're going to take it on normal difficulty. It looks like average amount of natural resources, average construction and costs and time, and then average structural decay rate. Oh, that's interesting, structural decay. So that's similar to like survival Mars. Oh, let's do that. Here we go. And I am not going to talk during all of the, I know there's voiceover, so I'm not going to talk during it, nor if there's a cutscene at the beginning. We'll see. All right, and here we are. Landing site number 0. Looks like we have missions up here in the top left-hand corner. Number 1 is build an aluminum mine. Looks like we have build menu over here. Oh.
Amy, this is ISA Mission Control calling from Earth. Are you with us? Do you copy?
Affirmative, Houston. I am with you.
Great. The primary Mars module has already touched down at the designated landing zone. It's your turn to take control of the mission. Check the left edge of your display. You'll find your directives there. Follow them to set up the initial base on Mars's surface. I'll give you some time to settle in. When you're ready, go ahead and initiate our terraforming mission. Houston out.
Perfect. All right. So we are here to terraform Mars. We are Amy, AMI, not Amazon Machine Image. Okay, so down here looks like we have traffic showing our workers hubs, or power. I assume that's plus 20 because we're not consuming any energy right now. And then one structure. It's fine. We can zoom in and out with the scroll wheel. WASD moves the camera. Spacebar pauses and unpauses. All your basic city building UI controls. All right, let's take a look. We got height. So the darker, the lower it is. As far as the elevation lines as well. It is an interesting look. Really like the map design. Lander module comes with a worker, a small fission-filled reactor, or fission-filled, a small fission reactor, and everything that's needed. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and build an aluminum mine. I'm assuming, okay, well, it's a worker hub and then mine. Easy enough. Go ahead and give that some time. So if you click on it, shows pending materials, what materials we need, the amount of construction that's been completed, and then what the power consumption of that building will be. Okay, so that's helpful.
The view of Mars from up here is fascinating. The landscape is so cratered and desolate. Wait, this is my voice that I am hearing. It's me. I am talking to myself. I must be verbalizing my thoughts as I process them. What an interesting function. I would like to test this some more. What other observations can I make about Mars?
What other observations can I make? Attention grabbing or inspiring? Let's do
This
inspiring.
planet is so resilient. It inspires great things.
Okay. So the aluminum mine is being constructed as we speak. Or is it mining? It might just be mining. Must be completed. Okay, so we have 2 new directives. Build a silicon mine and build a glass kiln. So let's take a look. Silicon mine. It's nice that they highlight the resource ring. And then we need a glass kiln. I am assuming I have these resources. Can I just build it right here? Let's do that. Glass kiln takes aluminum and steel. We got 4 aluminum, 13 steel, and the silicon mine takes 2 aluminum and 2 steel, so we should be okay. Well, we might need more aluminum. But we have the mine down, so that's good. Traffic, power, compass, knowledge base. Apologies, guys, I'm gonna explore this. Nothing selected. 12 unread entries. Organizations, the ACL, Artificial Consciousness Lab, ISA's Research and Development Group dedicated to creating artificial consciousness techniques. ISA, International Space Agency, okay. Machines, Ami, Dr. Foster. And then structures, cool, got it. So it presents a lot of the information in a pretty clear way. This map is definitely unique as well. I was almost anticipating like a similar style to Surviving Mars, but they've done a really good job of differentiating themselves. And there we are. Glass kiln. Creates reinforced glass from silicon. Okay, perfect. I'm glad I set that kiln up there right next to the silicon mine. That'll hopefully reduce traffic. Okay, so now it says we need to power up, build a solar farm, and then need to build a steel industry, or need to build a steel factory, build up our steel industry. So let's take a look. Carbon mine, iron mine, factories, electronics factory, steel factory, and then solar farm. Let's build a solar farm first. Oh. That's 20 megawatts. I'm assuming... Are those consumption numbers, or is that how much it's going to be earning given the location? Or maybe it's 30 milliwatt output, as noted on the right. Okay, I guess I could put it right there. We might do that, just to power those facilities. Okay, and then I need to build a steel factory. Steel is going to take carbon and iron. So I'm going to zoom out. Is that iron? Okay, so I have carbon and iron right here. I'm going to build my steel factory over in this direction just to have it closer to the resources that it needs. Right? Just take, yeah. Put it right there. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Surviving Mars lately. I really enjoyed that game, especially the, is it the Green Planet DLC? That's really interesting. But I found the fact that this is actually a narrative-driven city builder to be really enticing. So I wanted to give it a try. Though, like I said, there might be spoilers, so consider this your spoiler warning, spoiler advisory. Don't watch this Let's Play if you don't want to find out about the story. Okay, we are still collecting glass needed for the solar farm, and still collecting the iron and oh, that's a good point. Hey, we don't have an iron mine. Alright. Then we will put an iron mine down just so we can start bringing in that resource. It looks like it's right over here. I might be outside the range of our workers. But maybe if I put a coal mine down, will that connect it? Should. Yep, there we go. I like that graphic. I think that's pathfinding. The AI is pathfinding there. That's interesting. Okay, looks like our glass kiln is not operative due to limited power. I wonder if there's a way to prioritize construction of certain things. There we go. Let's prioritize the solar farm, and then we'll get the steel factory down. So I can also build a worker hub, which increases the number of workers my base can support. So with us having so many structures teed up, looks like the iron mine is online, looks like the carbon mine is online. Iron mine does not have power at the moment, though. Do we have the glass needed for that? Unsure if we do. It shows 2 down here, but that might be the 2 allocated for this solar farm. So I think what I'm going to do is actually turn the carbon mine off, like so. That way the glass kiln can produce. And then we will allocate that to the solar farm. Oh, there it goes. Done and done. Alright, so we have power. Excellent. Incoming call from Dr. Foster.
Amy, this is Houston. Do you copy?
Copy. Reading you loud and clear.
Excellent. I didn't introduce myself earlier. I am Dr. Nathan Foster. I lead the team here at ISA that built you, and I'll be helping you get the mission underway. We put you in hibernation for the trip from Earth, so I'd like to check your basic functions to make sure it's all in order. Why don't we start with your core memory? Can you state your primary directive?
I'm going to confirm, because
I can, Dr. Foster.
Terraforming.
My mission is to terraform Mars. This will enable humanity to become an interplanetary species.
All right. Next, I'd like to check your decision-making processes. You may have already noticed that there are resource veins outside the boundaries of your initial base. So your workers may not have the battery capacity to reach some of them. How would you solve this problem?
Building worker hubs between the resources and the base would solve the problem.
Yes, that's correct. Other buildings would extend your base as well, but they require more power and resources, so worker hubs are the most efficient way to do it. This mission's going to be a challenge. There's a lot that can go wrong. We expect to extend humanity's reach beyond anything previously achieved. But you are not just any AI system. You're well beyond that. We made you an artificial consciousness. That means that you have both self-awareness and self-interest. And that is the last thing I would like to check today. Is that okay?
Yes, Dr. Foster.
Very good. Then would you please state a positive and a negative aspect of yourself?
All right, so we can either say answer not found or unknown error. I'm gonna say unknown error.
I am sorry, Dr. Foster. My cognitive system returned an error searching for that answer.
Roger that. Nothing to worry about. Just means your system requires more input and experience to process that question. That will come with time. Let's proceed with the mission. ISA has approved the first crewed flight to Mars. You'll need to expand the base to prepare, so get to work on that. I'll check back in later to see how things are going. Base expansion is a go. Houston out.
Perfect. Base expansion is a go. So we'll continue to build out here. Looks like our iron mine is still outside the confines of our power radius. So I am going to build a worker hub. Right there. Now with the worker hub, we're going to need steel, aluminum, which we have plenty of, and I'm assuming electronics, eh? We have a few electronics, so that should be okay. Looks like the workers can reach our iron mine. Or we're just outside that power radius. So I'm thinking I'm going to build this worker hub just to, one, increase the amount of workers that we have. And then I'm thinking I'm going to build another solar farm. And then hopefully, with that iron, we can finish the construction on our steel factory. Okay, worker hub, and now we should have, what, 2 workers? False, we only have 1. Oh, I guess it just increases the number of workers my base can support. How do I increase the number of workers? Okay, well. Going to build another solar farm. We'll have a plethora of energy, but should be fine. We have a ton of aluminum. We have a ton of glass. The only thing we don't have a lot of are electronics, and we're going to run out as soon as this construction is complete. So hopefully we can get an electronics factory up. Perfect. That is now being constructed, which will power our iron mine. Turn the coal mine back on. And now our steel factory should be able to be produced. Okay. So mining is in process. 10% efficiency. Steadily increasing. I'm gonna take a zoom out and just take a look at the base so far. Okay, so here are nodes. It looks like the icons designate what they are for. And it looks like I can zoom out to a planetary scale, which is very interesting. But I can rotate. Nice. What are these? Infinity Lander. Abandoned network base. Oh, abandoned lander. Mars 2 crash site. Oh, interesting. Okay. So these are all old missions. Oh, wow, there's a ton of them. Peculiar. Opportunity rover. Abandoned medical center. Oh. Ares was the first mission from newly created Oxy-UN, the UN Space Science Institute. Oh, hello. About the workers. Worker factory available. Congratulations, more workers can be produced in these new factories. Check the building menu to initiate the process. Okay, so it looks like that's how I build my workers.
Now I can produce steel. This new factory, it's down on the surface of Mars, but I can control it from here. So does that make it a part of me? Where does the machine end, and my artificial consciousness begin?
They are the
They
same.
are completely interconnected. I can sense everything that happens through the network of workers and buildings. They are an extension of me down on the surface, so that makes us a single being. The mind and the body work together as one, an inseparable whole.
Interesting. But going back to this, the abandoned medical center, the UN Space Science Institute, set the framework for combining the new models of quantum AIs and humans as equal members of a mission crew. Mission lasted 2 years. Interesting. That's cool. A A lot of abandoned sites. Okay, now it looks like we can build a worker factory. Oh, and here's the electronics factory. Let's build a worker factory first. Kind of want it centrally located. What's it gonna need? It's hold on. Worker. So it needs, looks like maybe machine components, electronics, glass, and aluminum. Okay, so with that in mind, maybe we'll come over here then, if there's room. Out here? Yeah, let's do that. Exciting. Exciting, exciting. Okay, I mean, it does look like it needs parts and electronics. So I'm going to need to build those factories as well. So parts factory takes steel and aluminum, so I'm going to put it right next to those resources. And then the electronics factory takes silicon and aluminum. Put it over here as well. Excellent. Okay, our electronics factory is being constructed. Bringing that online now. There we go. That should start outputting electronics, with which we can then use to produce our parts factory, which I'm going to prioritize next. And then we will prioritize the worker factory. Yeah, we'll need that. We'll need new workers if we're going to continue to support this base, because this one worker is scrambling to keep up with everything. You should be able to zoom in pretty close, which is nice, but I don't know how to pan the camera down. I suppose I can't. I suppose if I am really supposed to be this AI in orbit above the planet, I probably can't get a view of from the surface, can I? Okay, parts factory is down. Now we just want to prioritize the worker factory so we can build more workers and increase our productivity even further. This one little worker is just scrambling. I may have built too many buildings. Well, I think it was needed, so. Okay, and then these arrows seem to track your priority, or at least the worker's priority. So right now, the top priority is the worker factory, but the steel factory and the aluminum mine are down. At least that's what I think. Could be wrong. Okay, we have all the aluminum, electronics, and steel we need. We just now need the parts, which hopefully our worker can give us. We just need steel in the parts factory. Okay, it's bringing iron there. Okay, now it is taking aluminum. Oh, okay. Got a part produced. Just need one more part, and then we should be good to go. All right, here comes that part. Perfect. The worker factory is now being built, and we can finally add another worker to our base here.
Finally, I can build additional workers now.
You're telling me.
I will appreciate the extra hands. But I wonder, do I really need them?
They will give my functionality a boost. They will give the mission a boost. They will give the mission a boost.
It will be a great boost for the mission. Having more workers will allow me to allocate resources more efficiently.
All right. And I think with that, guys, I am going to call it a day. But I hope you're enjoying our Let's Play of Per Aspera, or Per Aspera. So far, I know it's episode 1, but if you are, please like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for the next episode, and we can see where we take our base on Mars, where we take our terraforming mission, and how Ami, Amy develops. So, all right, guys, hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later.